Hello. I don't know what it is. I don't really feel like doing this today. But that's not the point. The point is to try and stay consistent. I don't, I don't even know what it is because I was feeling so good about it yesterday. Well, I don't know about feeling good starting it. It's the transitions thing again. I don't like starting. I like being in the doing of something. So I'm like really anxious right now and feel like I have to go pee again, even though I peed like literally like 30 minutes ago, just to be like try and come up with any excuse to hold off or to start this live stream when I literally have none. Uh I let myself finish watching this podcast before I started, even though I knew I shouldn't have even started it because it was an hour long and I knew I had to start in like 30 minutes. But I was just like, whatever. I put on form-fitting clothes today because I thought it would help me feel like more active. My lights are on as bright as I can get them, I think. I'm gonna check. Yeah. And then like my body's like super itchy all over the place, like everywhere, and then that's getting me anxious because like these aren't new pants, but I also don't want to get them dirty because they were cheap pants, even though they are cheap quality. Um, So I don't want to get paint on them. And then because I'm feeling itchy and I'm just coming up with more excuses. So yeah, I just need to start. Let's do that. But I'm gonna have to try drinking water 4 minutes. So let me just beat it to the punch. Let me see my audio is working today. Oh, actually, I did. Well, let me put on my smock today. Uh, the other couple of days I've been putting on my sweater because it's been kind of cold. And I guess I just use my sweater as a smock because, as I've said, there's a bunch of paint on it already and it's like old and gross. But I don't feel cold today, so I forget I have to change my mic while I put this on. I have to also check that I'm putting this on the right way out because I've put it out backwards and I don't know if this will still stain. I probably shouldn't be wearing these clothes, but I hardly ever leave the house, so if I don't put on the clothes that, are outside clothes, like I might not ever wear them, and then what's the point? Oh, forgot again. Literally just said you have to move your mic. Where's a good place that you're not gonna be in the way and you're not gonna fall? Jesus. Where did I put you all these other times? Forget. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna flop around when I put you in here. Oh well. I'm already itching. All black everything. I look like a chef. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like I was supposed to say something. Can't remember. Let's just switch over to my phone camera and hopefully I remember along the way. And position my computer so I can see my screen to make sure everything's working. Okay, okay. Oh, I positioned my phone camera a little further away this time. So I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh, right, that's what I wanted to say. I was editing a short form video finally yesterday, And I was only supposed to spend 2 hours on it, but it always ends up taking a lot longer than I think it will. Hopefully this covers my pants crisscrossing. And you probably won't be able to see like too much detail in here. I've tried moving around the camera angle in all different positions to try and get the best one, but I really can't get everything unless I get like another camera to do like overhead or like get another angle. So this is what I'm working with for right now. Let me make sure this doesn't shut off. Okay. And so I was editing a short form video last night, and I was only supposed to spend no more than 2 hours on it. And then I ended up getting kind of into it. You see, again, another transition. I don't like to edit videos, or at least I don't think I like to do it because I never like to start it. And then I start doing it, and it's more creative than I thought it would be, and just more fun than I thought it was going to be. And then I get lost in it. So then I ended up spending like almost 5 hours doing it, and it's still not done. This is all gross. I'm gonna have to redo this one. I think this is the second time I've used this, so should be okay. Don't feel less wasteful. I probably should get another like, oh no, this side is pretty clean. That'll work. Ugh, see, everything on my face is where I want to touch. And my hands are dirty, so I can't really. Uh, what was I saying? I don't know. But okay, so I continued working on this yesterday as well after streaming for a little bit. After taking maybe like a 3 or 4 hour break. Well, actually, it wasn't technically a break because I was working on like organizing and scheduling when I should be like doing stuff, like when I should be sharing clips for content for like short form videos, when I should be doing like, I wrote down some scripts for like short form videos, and like some more ideas for short form videos. Like I did, stuff that doesn't feel like I was really doing anything because I was sitting in front of the computer. And anyways, so I wasn't like technically a break because I wasn't like scrolling on social media or like doing nothing, but it didn't feel as productive because like I didn't get like an end result. It was like planning, and I think I use planning as a procrastination tool excuse because it makes me feel like I'm being productive, but planning and strategizing doesn't matter if you're not ever going to execute that plan. So, I scheduled everything and all my steps for the next couple of days to execute so then I'm not going to set aside any time to like plan anything because I already took aside those 4 hours yesterday to do that, so I can't use that excuse for the next couple of days. I'll see how it goes because I like um, plotted out certain time blocks in my schedule to do these things, and I didn't allow myself more than like an hour or two to do these things, and it may take more than that. So, but that's something I have to work on because I shouldn't be like working for more than, you know, 2 hours on editing a short form video. So that's something I have to work on, but like with practice. Same with like painting. I really want to get this finished this weekend. So no later than this. Ow, why did I do that? My nails are too sharp. That's fine. I really want to finish this by the end of this Sunday. If that means I have to like work overtime, like figure out how to get a, like, more light in here so I can work on this, in the evenings when there's not a lot of light in here or no light in here, then I'll do that because I don't want to work on this past this month, and I don't want to have any unfinished works anymore or any half finished works. Um, so yeah, I should probably stop talking and get into that. But the problem is, I got my palette board really messy yesterday, really dirty. I couldn't get the right purples for the flower. So I'm moving past that for today. I'm leaving this. It's not completely finished, I'm sure you can tell. But I'm moving on to the green leaves for today, just because I really want to I want to see more progress. I want to get to this cup eventually. I still need to get to the shadows over here and then details. Like there's still a lot of stuff, but I just want to get paint on everything, at least one layer, um, to just kind of help me better visualize what it's gonna look like. So let's do that. But the problem is, I can't, oh my God, okay, that I don't have any space in this palette for green, for any more colors, because it took up everything for the purple and reds, and I didn't even get the right colors. God, so what am I gonna do? Because I don't think I can use purple for greens, or can I? Uh, I don't know. I put on a thing of yellow on here for some reason. I do have some leftover residue blues from before. I think I can make it work. I do have a clean palette, but like I said, I'm trying to only use that for acrylic paint because I'm really bad at cleaning my everything in general, but especially my palette boards. And I was struggling to clean this one, this oil painting palette, for just to get it smooth, and it's still not completely clean. And I'm hoping, because I've been trying to keep all this paint wet and moist for the most part, that I'm going to be able to like wipe it off with oil when I'm completely done with this at the end of it, and I won't need to scrape anything off because the paint shouldn't be dry. Even though I have been feeling like some of them have been kind of getting like a little, what is it, like a dry skin over it. So that's a little concerning. Is this the one I should be using? No, this one's gonna be too big and actually shouldn't. Well, what was the other one? These are not the only two I've been using. There's another one. I'm gonna put it away. Oh, she's hard. Because I didn't clean her well yesterday. Well, let's see if we can revive her a little bit. I'll have to do the same with this one later, hopefully. I also promised one of my plants that I would trim her yesterday, and I didn't get around to doing that. I'm sorry. She probably already knew. She knows me. Yes. Um, did I pause this? Okay, let's put 20 minutes on the clock again. I wonder if I could set another alarm. I don't want to do it on my phone because I don't know if it's gonna mess up the stream. But if I can add another alarm for an hour, yeah, 1 hour, starting now. So I don't know how long I've been on. 14 minutes. Should be fine. So that I don't, because I think the sweet spot for me is an hour long stream. I was thinking I would try doing longer, but it's not for me. Maybe later down the line I'll figure it out, but not right now. Also because I want to stay on schedule, because after I finish the stream, I want to shoot some short clips for a video for an intro, because I already did a long form YouTube intro, but I have a friend that was like, Um, really good job, but like I couldn't watch more than like 30 seconds. So I just heard like a car screeching, thought there was gonna be a crash. Okay. So I already knew I had to do, a short form intro, but I've just been putting it off. I don't know why short form seems harder for me. Because, like, how do I get a video down to, less than 30 seconds? Like, my YouTube intro, I was estimating it to be at least like 8 minutes, and I accidentally got it down to like I think less than 5 minutes, which was great. I think with how I edit it and then doing voiceovers made it a lot shorter that I didn't plan, but was great because like I said I I don't have the best attention span. I know no one else is gonna have. Though again, I don't really do these in hopes that someone's gonna watch them. I know I shouldn't have that mentality because if I do, literally no one's gonna watch them. And then how am I ever going to, get myself out there and, uh, you know, eventually make this a career if I don't ever want to be known? I don't know. Guess I'm just the perpetual, stereotypical, starving artist stereotype. Okay, what do I want to do? I'm gonna get some oil. Gonna have to put some more in here. Mm. My audio on? Cool, cool. Okay, so I think it's working better now that I've connected the receiver to my computer instead of my phone. But let's cross our fingers because it's still new. This is only my second day doing that. Oh no, I already got paint on you. How? Oh yeah, so then after I stream this, I'll shoot some content for like no more than an hour, I've told myself, because I can. Oh, it's already telling me now. Oh, because I started streaming late. Jeez. Oh, great. Well, it should still be fine. It should still be like light out. Because that's what I'm struggling to work around too. I prefer stuff in with natural light, and so I have to work around the sun. Um, okay, let's try and mix this green. Should I move my camera so you can see? No, it's fine. You should don't look. Okay, don't do this because my mixing habits are not ideal. This is a mid-tone green, so nothing too dark, but not too light. Okay, mix some of this blue. So I'm gonna have to go darker and more muted. There's like a clump of paint here for some reason too. Oh, you see, that's what's making me worry that it's going to, well, the paint in general is drying on here. Um, maybe this brown. Oh, see, that has a skin layer. Great. What was I saying? What was I saying? Something about shooting in the daylight. Oh yeah, so I guess, Was this what I was gonna say? I don't know. I'm just gonna say like because I have to work most of the things art wise to create. Working with like daylight, like painting, like I have to do this during the day for the light. I should be starting these a lot earlier in the day, but and I really have been keeping track of like everything I'm doing in the mornings, and I don't know how to cut anything down. I mean, today I did wake up like an hour later just because I was up to like 1 in the morning editing the video from yesterday that I shouldn't have been spending so much time doing. But even then, if I've woken up like an hour late before or started my morning routine an hour late before, and I've still been able to, well, I have, well, I get to this like around the same time, around like noon or 12:30ish. And I just don't see how I can get that cut any of the time down. I'll I'll keep working on it though. But so the only stuff that I don't need, daylight is editing videos on, my computer or my phone or wherever. So those all are scheduled for later in the day because, well, it doesn't matter, right? Because I'm gonna be on the computer. No, let's be a little brighter. Just a change bit. And then I always figured that even while doing this, like all this creative stuff, not just painting, editing videos and creating content and, DIYs and other stuff, like I would have so much time for it now that I'm not working my 9 to 5. But it literally feels almost the same. Well, not the same, obviously, I'm much more emotionally regulated now, but I still feel like there's no time in the day or not enough time in the day. It just goes by so fast, which makes me think that it's because I'm not, you know, what's the word? I'm not uh executing? No, utilizing. I'm not utilizing my time sufficiently. So I've been trying to write down on my, Google Doc, my Google Calendar. I already write down basically everything I do in the day or everything I should be doing in the day, like, what time I wake up, my morning routine, what time I should shower, and so on and so forth, like when I have lunch, dinner, and again, so on. So then I don't always hit those, well, some of those activities or, goals or, things that I'm supposed to be doing, or maybe I just don't get to them at the time that they're scheduled for. So I'm always readjusting and changing the calendar. So I'm trying to figure out my habits and what works best for me and try to work around that and so I can better schedule. But then also now I'm trying to be better at also writing down basically everything that I'm doing in the day, even stuff that's not been, blocked in the calendar. So if I'm, been scrolling on Instagram or YouTube for just 30 minutes, I have to put that on there so I know that that's what I did that time. Because what I'm struggling to, yeah, understand is where all my time is going, because there is, or theoretically should be, enough time in the day for me to do everything that I want to do. Well, not everything, but you know, most things. or I don't know if I'm just being too hard on myself because I always think about the quote of how, like, what is it? Beyonce has, the same amount of time or same, yeah, something like that. I know I'm not Beyonce, okay? No one is Beyonce but Beyonce. And that she has a lot of help, assistance, and whatnot. But I'm sure I can come up, well, not at the moment or on the spot, but other examples of other artists accomplishing great things in a short amount of time. I think it's just determination, but at the same time, I'm trying to keep it balanced because there is possibilities that, yeah, there's enough time in the day if you utilize every single minute and second, an hour of that day, like all 24, which is not healthy whatsoever. You'll complete whatever it is that you wanted to complete, most likely, but you're gonna burn out and it's not gonna be fun. And then what? Like, how are you gonna be able to move forward and complete something else? So I guess I could do that. I mean, I'm sure I know I've done it in the past, but I actually don't know if I would be able to do it now because that was in the past, okay? It was my 20s. In your 20s, you can abuse your body like that and bounce back. But I mean, I know I love talking like I'm super old, and I know I'm only 30 and I'm still relatively young, even though I remember going to college, like community college, and some girl that I was taking like a was it remediate? Yeah, remediate math class because I'm so bad at math, and I had to take it to like move on courses. So there was like a lot of motley, differences of like age groups and people in the class. So she was younger. I don't think that much younger than me, maybe like 3 years younger than me. But I told her, I think I was like 22 or 23, and her eyes just like were like widen, like shock. And it was like, oh my gosh, you're so old. And then she like, fruit fly here, go away, go, stop. Okay. Oh yeah, so she was like, she apologized because she realized that she like sounds kind of rude. Or actually, she might have not, but I may have made a joke about it because I honestly really didn't care because I knew I wasn't old. I mean, 23 or 22 is not old. Or am I delusional? I don't know. I don't really care about age. Well, I used to care a lot. I used to care why I don't want to get old just because I don't want to like lose any abilities of like mobility of moving my body that I can now. That seems very scary to me. Like not being able to get up out of bed by myself. And obviously also appearances. But I'm actually growing on the appearance one. I don't know if it's because I'm I have to accept my circumstances right now. I think at this age I thought I would have all this money or a rich husband or rich parents somehow, and that I wouldn't have to worry about money, and then I would just get all of the plastic surgery that I wanted. Um, but yeah, that's not my circumstances, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So I'm kind of just having to accept that I'm gonna get old and be old looking. And like I said, I don't know if it's because I don't have any other options that I'm accepting it, or if I honestly believe that, you know what, fuck it, I don't care. Honestly, lately, I don't know if it's because I'm been trying to regulate my hormones better as well and getting better at that, but I've been loving myself much more than I've ever did in my 20s. But I think a lot of people say that, like your 30s are really the golden years or the best years because it's like you're more secure in yourself. So I don't know if it's because I am honestly, I don't, I mean, it probably isn't. If I'm honestly like look better than I did in my 20s, because like I said, that sounds crazy, but that's how I feel. But it could also just be because I'm just generally happier with myself, more, secure in my own body, that it wouldn't matter what I look like because, I'm more emotionally healed than I was, as a teenager or a 20-year-old. What green is that? I feel like I have it, but I want to make sure. No, let's see, darker. Oh, should I? Yeah, okay, audio is still on. Hmm, just close enough. Or, another thing that's been kind of popping up in my general mind feed, and just, well, I guess mainly social media, is I feel like we're all kind of in this journey or headspace of positivity, not toxic, or not even just positivity, but like change because of like this new year, being like the fire horse. I keep hearing, it could just be me because I'm thinking about it more. So I'm actually noticing when I see it being brought up in front of me than ignoring it other times. To drink water. I should because my tongue is dry. Where do I put you though? Hand check. Yes, I think it's good. Okay, let me see, how am I doing? Let me step back a little bit. Not great, if you're being honest. Okay, but I'm not letting that stop me yet. Oh yeah, so I've been feeling like we're all kind of in this mindset of, you know, like big changes are coming. And it's honestly, now that I've started noticing other people are also kind of on the same trip, it's kind of scary because if we're all on this, the same kind of mindset and journey of these big, you know, some maybe risky decisions and thinking, it does mean there is going to be a lot of change this year. Doesn't mean it's all going to be good. And I guess I'm just scared because I just scared of the unknown. It is funny because, I'm actually not, I don't know. It's certain aspects I am really scared of the unknown and others I'm not. Like I'm not scared of death because I don't know what happens afterwards and it's none of my business. I'll be dead. Guess I'll find out then, but I'm pretty sure, I'm dead, I'm dead. It's not gonna matter. So in that sense, it doesn't scare me, but because I'm in this plane of living right now, if I don't know what's gonna happen, like if it's just like it's like when you're going down the stairs in like pitch black, you don't know if you're gonna catch that next step and just trip and fall down all the stairs. That's like the feeling I get if I don't know what my life living is going to entail. I think I've gotten better at it though. It used to be painfully scary as a kid and teenager, keep me up at night kind of anxiety. But I really haven't gotten it lately. It just a quick wave right now thinking about, like I said, other people because I don't know why I thought I was the only one, living in the fire horse year, and I was the only one making these big life-changing decisions for myself because I forget that I'm not the only main character in this world. Where did this go? One stem. No, no, hold on. Stem. Stem. I think here. It should have been darker. That's gray. Um, oh, so then, yeah, then I got a little startled, okay, a little anxious that I'm like, oh, right, so there's other people living here on this plane that their decisions might affect mine as the butterfly effect goes. But I, now I'm thinking I could just be using that as an excuse to, if I fail, it wasn't my fault, it's everybody around me, okay? So that maybe in my internally unconscious mind, just trying and, scratching and clawing and gnawing at some excuse to let me off the hook. And I'm trying not to let myself do that. I've honestly been avoiding people because of that, even before, I think, because I didn't want to be negatively influenced or impacted in any way, even unintentionally, by someone that I know, a friend, a family, or just a random stranger on the streets. Because, like I said, I still have a lot of this anxiety of like anything can happen and make a drastic change. And I feel comfortable in my trajectory right now. am trying to stick to. I know I can't stay protected or sheltered forever. Won't be able to stay in this state forever, and nor should I, nor should anyone. It's not healthy in the slightest. Um, I'm trying to just give myself some leeway for this month because this is the first month that I quit my job. And I tell myself that's a stressful thing. And, just be gentler with myself and whatnot. However, as I've mentioned, I know realistically it's not the healthiest way to cope, if you will. So, even though I don't really have like a good idea or set plan of what I'm doing, I have given myself some like bullet point ideas of, or not ideas, like guidelines, or yeah, guidelines, rules maybe to stick by, but not necessarily um like strict. I don't know what I'm saying. It's just because before, when I was okay, so which is this is why it's so funny. I because okay, this is gonna go by too far back to try and explain. So I'm trying to figure out what's the quickest way to explain without going on a huge tangent, and also multitasking by trying to figure out how you mix colors, because this is honestly the worst part of painting, in my opinion, so far. I didn't realize it before because I had someone help me, being me, whenever I was at the verge of pulling out my hair. Okay, so I didn't think I used to be, but lately I have been realizing that I feel like I might be a very A-type personality because I love to plan out everything and anything. Like I have, what is it, 10-year life plan, 5-year life plan, and a 1-year life plan, just for like that year. I'll do that throughout the year. I'll maybe change them, tweak them. I haven't done it in the past month or two, I think, maybe longer, because I've been doing that for the past couple of years and they haven't been falling into plan like I planned them because I'm not sticking to the routines and the habits and the, you know, things that I need to be doing, the goals I need to be, the smaller things I need to be doing throughout the year so that I can hit these goals after 5 or 10 years. So then I end up getting, disappointed and unmotivated and discouraged to do anything, you know, think I'm a failure and I can't do it, basically. Like I can't live life like other normal people. And what I'm trying to learn is that I have to just figure out a way to live this life in a way that works for me and not other people. I have to be honest with myself and realize that I'm not gonna do anything in this life like other people. I'm not quick on learning anything or doing anything. All of my life goals, I always, because I want to see like an immediate award or accomplishment, I always put them like, oh, I'll complete this within a year, within 3 years, because I don't want to be, in my 50s and, still doing this. But if I'm honest with myself, the truth of the matter is that I probably will be because I've, if I check my track record for all of these years, I do move a lot slower than, you know, my average person that's sitting next to me. And there's really nothing I can do about that. I can't help it. That's just how I am. And I used to just get down on myself for it and, consider myself stupid for it or lazy or just not motivated or determined enough to do it like everybody else. But I just don't think that's true anymore. Or I just don't want to think that's true anymore because like I said, it's not working, okay? I've tried for years to do it how everybody else does it and it's just not working and I'm just getting, like down on myself, beating myself up about it when I'm okay, so I'm like a person who like, oh, because of my last job, my last 9 to 5 is like I was getting complaints from people all the time and I couldn't well, yeah, I don't know how to politely tell them is like, you need to stop complaining to me and tell me what the problem actually is so that I can come up with a solution to fix it. Because complaining is not going to fix the solution. It's going to get your feelings out, but at the end of the day, it's not going to fix your problem and you're just going to complain more. So if I apply that same energy and mentality to my life, then yeah, you're not gonna, win any life accomplishments or do anything you want to do in life or be happy in general if you just keep complaining about it. Okay, yeah, you'll probably be in your 50s or 60s or 80s and until you finally get my dream goal of like getting my, little sanctuary, my little house, my home, to feel comfortable because that's my happiness. Okay, I just want to live like a hermit in isolation away from everybody. Truly honestly, I know I've thought about it for years and it's never changed. It's always been that. And then like just consume and create art. That's it. That's my purpose in life. And the problem is that that needs money. Okay? I realize that. I'm not dumb enough to know that, but I'm not also willing to give away all those years, all those 50, 80 years on a job that I hate to do that because then then it's actually a dream that I've had, a recurring nightmare actually it should be that I finally get, my dream home, my dream life, whatever, and I'm living in it and I'm like super happy. And then because I part of it is that I'm isolated, I end up getting like bit by like a poisonous snake and dying alone in my home. And it was never scary. It's never been scary. It's just disappointing. Not even sad. It's just like really like, like I fucking knew it. I fucking knew this was gonna happen. I wasted away my entire life, finally get what I wanted. Like it's like I feel like a common work, moral plot story for like movies and, books and things like that. Like you've didn't focus on the journey, you just focus on the destination and you didn't learn the lesson until it was too late. I don't know where I was going with this conversation. Well, if I look at any of my past lives, I would know that none of none of what I say is really meant to mean anything. It's just a random string of consciousness because I refuse to keep a journal. This is, and well, still is right now, currently, the easiest method for me to uh, document my thoughts, though I would be much healthier if I kept a journal. Excuse me. I should be keeping a what time it is. I'm I know I've been uh over fixated on this one leaf is because I don't feel like I've been getting the right colors. I don't know if it's because well, I'm gonna use it as an excuse. It's because I've been distracted, okay, of talking to myself. They need to be a lot lighter. I should just move on. Let's say that's the base layer. That's the midtones, okay, and move on. Because, like I said, I really, really want to finish these leaves today. I also don't want to rush it. I don't want to stress out about it. And trying not to make myself stress out about it is stressing me out. Like, why is life in general just uh, the only reference I have for it is a Catch-22, and I could never even finish that book. It was too freaking hard for me. It was boring, and I pride myself on like being able to read very difficult, boring books, but that one I hate it. It was a Catch-22. I kept trying to read it. I couldn't get past the first chapter. I was gonna be so smart if I ever did finish it. And I'd be like, yes, I've read Catch-22. I thought it was very thought-provoking and interesting. And I could, yeah, if you want to know my thoughts about it, okay, of course. No, not me. And I just have to accept that I'm not ever gonna be a thought-provoking intellectual. I'm gonna sound like a crazy person who's like into conspiracies. Okay, when how long more 20 more minutes for an hour, but then I think I've been on I said I was on for like 54 if my eyes are correct because the right one's very tiny. Ugh. I should have been checking. Yes, audio's still on. I'm traumatized now. And it's actually pretty funny and what's the word? What's the word? Oh, I can't think of it. But it's I called it. I think like on my second or third live stream, I talked about how I was scared that my audio was going to stop working and like reference like other YouTubers' audio going off mid stream or conversation or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I really don't want that to be me. And well, I guess it might just be a rite of passage because that was me on my, I forget. So this is the 17th, so maybe like 15th It was the 15th stream. Really want to get into these highlights. I know I shouldn't, but do I ever listen to anyone, even myself? It'd be crazy to start now. Okay, so I don't know if I fully believe this because even though I love to believe in conspiracy theories, I am and always will be a, what is it? A skeptic, okay? I love to believe in anything. I like to give anything the possibility of existing. So the theory of manifestation has been kind of, it's been kind of selling me on it more lately. And not because, please do not, what is it, recommend me any of those manifesting girlies or whoever online. I do not like those, okay? So whoever's listening, YouTube algorithm, online gods, please do not bring any of those videos into my stream, okay? I'm manifesting this. Because, okay, so back to my initial thought. Um, okay, I know it's not, oof. I know my decision to quit my job wasn't the most sound or uh, responsible without a good backup plan for after my savings run out, or also for not even saving that much. All of that is unresponsible and a little crazy. I know that. And delusional. I think that was the word. But like a small, tiny, hidden part back of my brain is just nagging and, telling me that it's all gonna be okay. It's all gonna work out if you just believe it is. You just have to start living as the person that you want to be and the life that you want to live. And then, the universe is going to provide. It's going to happen, but it's not going to happen if you're constantly putting yourself down and, locking yourself in your apartment and never, going out and meeting people, never creating art, never taking that time to be creative and, just always consuming art, like all these things that are, you, you're not living the life you want and you never will be because you're not changing anything. So obviously, the responsible thing to do would be to do little changes before, you make a big decision like quit your job without a solid backup plan. But I can never do subtle or little. It's always all in or nothing. It's not healthy, and I'm trying to work on it. But I just didn't see anything changing for me unless I made a drastic decision. And also, kind of being stressed out, about not having a solid backup plan financially or otherwise. I thought would also help me, even though it is kind of like a guerrilla warfare style of doing it, like a very uh very uh adjectives aggressive. Yeah, maybe it's a very like aggressive way to do this to motivate myself to, get out of bed every day, be productive. Because I don't know, even if it's like, I know I love being creative, but even if it's something I love doing, I find it difficult to start doing it. That's why I started doing these live streams, because even though I'm enjoying this, honestly, I'm even though I'm not completely like relaxed per se, I am pretty chill. I like getting to paint and not consume anything right now. Even though sometimes when I paint, I do watch podcasts. I only have like 3 or 4 YouTubers slash podcasters that I watch, and sometimes I'll just rewatch their stuff. Anyways, I'm saying, even though I like doing this, I find it difficult to start doing it. So I needed something to motivate me, whether that be, well, it is now that I need to figure out how to try and make money doing this so that I can support my lifestyle here and continue living here. If not, then yeah, I will have to go back and live with my mom, which is honestly not that big of a punishment. Okay, I love my mom. It's just I don't love living where she lives. It's like a beach town, a small beach town, and I hate the beach. I hate sand. I hate sun. I hate daylight. Well, that's not true. I like this natural daylight. It's just too hot over there. It's so desolate and boring and like, which is actually kind of funny because it's not what you wanted. Like you want to live away from people. Yeah, but I want to live like in a forest in like the middle of nowhere, like surrounded by trees and clouds and dreary weather. But then the other day I was complaining that it was too cloudy and like all depressed. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know what I want anymore. Okay. Well, then forget everything I've said, okay? Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hmm. Not getting the right colors. Jesus. I think I need to take a break. And I've literally only painted one leaf, if that, not even, hardly, hardly a leaf. Okay, let me just quickly, okay, this is crazy. I haven't done any painting quickly, but quickly just jot down some paint on these other leaves for now. So I have something to work with later. That's right, right? Similar? Yeah, sure, sure. If you like to tell yourself that. Hmm, that's gray. Where is that going with this? Okay, yes, here. It's a little lighter, but whatever. Like this canvas is wet. This shouldn't be. I added really thick strokes. Darker is this one. Yeah, and I think I'll need to take a break either way, or maybe I'm just giving myself an excuse to take a break just to like stand back and get a, and refresh my eyes, look at these colors again. Maybe these colors are fine, or maybe I really should reevaluate my color palette. I'm gonna try and keep it a short break. Well, I need to, like I said, I need to go actually shoot that intro video real quick. No more than an hour, I've said. Then maybe I'll take a lunch break and get back to painting. And hopefully it's still light by then. If not, I do not know what I'll do with myself. So I don't know why I'm refusing to just buy some kind of light, considering how I have no trouble spending my money on other useless things. Like I haven't, I bought those two books that I said I was gonna read every day, and I haven't touched them for the past 2 days, and it's been weighing on me in the back of my head. It's telling me I'm useless and a failure and awful with money and wasteful, and just continuously beating me up about it, different things. So, well, now it's been so mean to me that honestly I don't even want to see the books anymore. But that's not true. I love those books. So it's sort of an abusive relationship right now with I don't know who, just myself apparently. So maybe I'll just do this and then, yeah, because I only have like 6 minutes before my timer goes off. So I want to have just left off like on a good spot. It's like a dark brown I don't have here. Yeah, excuse me. See if purple and green make brown. Kind of. A little bit. I also noticed I did not paint this rest of the stem up here, and like the sketch that I did this in with the acrylic blue is not all in the right position. But that's a problem. I was gonna say later date, but literally maybe later today or tomorrow most. Okay, I'm gonna, I don't know. Yeah, let's, I guess, do that now. I'm going to, okay, really wish someone was watching these streams, someone that knows anything about oil painting to tell me if this is correct because I refuse to look anything up. What I started doing is putting like a droplet of linseed oil on each little tiny, tiny little mixture of paint I've made to keep the paint, you know, wet until I work on it next. If I'm not gonna put the what is it called? The plastic wrap right away. If anything, I'm hoping at least um it keeps them wet enough to where I don't have to scrub off the paint later. That will be enough for me. If not, then I've just been wasting linseed oil, and I won't know what to do with myself afterwards. Oh, doke, let me wait, check hands, check hands. Just maybe oil, which is also a stain that's like impossible to remove. So just be careful just in case, because you never know with yourself. Okay, let me switch to my desktop camera. Hello. I'm really traumatized from getting my keyboard painted the other day, multiple times, multiple different days, that I don't trust that my hands are clean. Even if they look clean, feel like there's still something on there. Okay, anyways. Oh, it's been an hour and 11 minutes. Perfect. Okay. And my audio's been working, hopefully. I still don't know how to end these or what to say. So, yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh, yeah, love you.